y'all. Welcome to the Honest to Goodness podcast,
where we give you our honest opinions
on good entertainment. I'm Morgan.
I'm Kerri.
I'm Nicole. And without further ado,
here's today's episode.
We hope you enjoy.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Honest to Goodness podcast, where we give you our honest opinions on good entertainment. I'm your host, Kerri, and I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Nicole. And today we are going to do our final recap for the 2022 Christmas movie season. And this episode is just going to be an honorable mentions episode because there were so many good movies this year that there is no way we could cover them all individually. Mm-hmm. So in this episode, we just wanted to take a little bit of time to recognize some of the other ones that we have watched that we enjoyed. Mm-hmm. So Nicole, would you like to start us off with some of yours?
Sure. I guess we can just go back and forth if that works for you. So my first one on the list is from Hallmark Channel, In Merry Measure, which stars Brendan Penny and Patty Murin. When a pop star Darcy returns home to spend Christmas with her sister and niece, she unexpectedly finds herself coaching the high school choir with her one-time rival, Adam. Now, all the Chessies know Brendan Penny from Chesapeake Shores as Kevin O'Brien.
He was always my favorite. I loved him.
Yes.
Yeah.
This was such a good movie. I loved the music aspect of it and the choir competition. That was really fun. And that gave me some Glee vibes because I used to watch Glee when it was on.
Yeah. I loved this movie when I watched it. I'm pretty sure it actually made my top 10. I don't remember for sure. I think it kind of like tied for a spot in my top 10. But I love Brendan Penny. Mm-hmm. He did a movie with Lacey Chabert. I don't remember if it was like The Sweetest Christmas or something like that. I don't remember what the name of the movie was, but he did a Christmas movie with Lacey Chabert. He also did the In the Vineyard series. Mm-hmm. And so I loved those as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chesapeake Shores.
Yep.
He did last year's Time for
Them to come home
come home for Christmas. Thank you. I couldn't remember.
With Jesse Schramm.
Yes, I loved him in that as well. I can honestly say I have not seen him in anything that I didn't like.
His past two movies have been two of my favorites of his.
Yeah.
And the acting is great. I like Patty Murin as well. Of course, a lot of us probably know that she has been on Broadway. So she does a lot of the Broadway shows, or at least she used to. She's on the Broadway circuit. Yeah.
Okay. There was a particular scene in this one that I remember liking. I mean, it was like all of it was good, but I remember when they're sitting around kind of like a fire pit or whatever, and they determined that they don't not like each other. So it was like, does that mean we like each other? She's like, okay, let's not push it.
That was cute. Yeah. Yeah. And her niece did a great job. Like, she has a great voice. And of course, Patty Murin does too.
Yeah. Yeah. I really.
Also, can we please get that song of hers that she had for the movie? I don't remember the name of it. It was the one that she played the piano on.
Oh, yes.
Like, where is the release of that song, please? Because it is so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, seeing that, I'm sure you saw that the girl who sang The Impossible Dream.
Yep. Christina Bianco.
Released a single of that years later. So yeah, that is awesome.
Yes.
That sends like chills up and down through me every time I see it. Every time I hear it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
Postables, if you have not bought her single of that, go do it.
Get on it.
Get on it. It's good.
Yes. Hey, that would Would that be a t-shirt? Get on it in a loving way. Oh my gosh. Yes.
I would give this movie 10 out of 10. It was good.
It was really good. I really loved everything about this movie as well. I also loved the fact that we kind of got to see her niece. I would say probably first boyfriend, like, you know, first kind of, you know, I loved that aspect of it as well.
And I have to point out, for any of you listening that used to watch Glee, just going back to that for a second, is it just me, or was that the same auditorium? Like, am I just seeing things because it looked almost exactly the same? I wonder if it was, like, I wonder if they were filmed in the same place.
Possibly. I have never seen
I know.
Glee. I can't answer that one.
I know, I figured you haven't watched that, but for any of you that used to watch the show, let us know in the comments below. If you know. Hey, that rhymed.
You're on the ball tonight, girl. Oh, word. Yes.
That kind of reminds me of that line from, what was it? Something Good with Rita and Becky when they were talking about the rhyming.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking?
Yes. Yes.
Couldn't resist.
Oh, man.
What's the first one on your list?
First one on my list, and these are just, I literally just went through there and went, okay, which movies have I watched? So these are not in like top order or anything. But the first one on my list is Noelle Next Door.
I love that one too.
The synopsis for that one is: a hardworking single mom gets into a war of words with an irritable neighbor who is ruining Christmas, only to find that this misunderstood Grinch is the man who's stolen her heart. Now, I will admit, that aspect of it kind of put me in mind of, like, You've Got Mail, Shop Around the Corner, like, whatever. Like, you know, this person that is great, whatever, you have no idea they're the same person that's driving you nuts over here, you know, whatever. So that element kind of reminded me of that. And I do not remember who is in this movie. I did not write that down.
Corey Sevier and Natalie Hall.
Okay. I loved the movie. I thought they did a really good job with it.
They did. Corey did a great job.
He did. That's what I was going to say. I thought he did an excellent job. Playing someone with a disability is not easy, because you have to remember at all times, you know, to be active with that, which is one thing that impresses me so much about is it Vienna Leacock that plays Angel? Yeah. She has done an incredible job with that role. But I love, one of my favorite scenes from Noelle Next Door is when he goes out, like, gets set up on that date, and they end up at the little cafe that Noelle works at. And the girl he's actually on the date with, ends up leaving, and Noelle goes over and, like, sits with him and starts talking to him, even sharing his pie with him. Then when that customer's bugging her at another point, and he, you know, stands up for her and ends up asking for her number. It's so cute.
Also, I have to mention the scene between Corey and the young boy. His name I'm drawing a blank on. But after the whole debacle with finding out who he is, I think it was the next day, maybe, like, she had made her son lunch, and then, you know, he didn't respond because he was outside playing soccer with him, which was really sweet.
How many times have we talked about this, that it is so adorable to watch a guy with kids? Like, it's a heart melter automatically. That is its own tuxedo effect, is to watch a man with kids.
This movie was on my list too.
I would definitely give this one a 10 out of 10. Like, I really liked this one. I don't remember anything in it that I didn't like.
Yeah, I would probably give it 9 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my top favorite, but it was cute.
Yeah, same. It wasn't a top favorite, but I would like, there were so many good ones. It's like you feel bad knocking some of these other ones to the back because they're all good. But this one is definitely, I'm not even sure if this one made it to my top 10 list.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I really enjoyed it. Would definitely recommend it to anybody, but I'm not sure it actually made the top 10 list, which when you consider how many movies came out is not shocking. But
yeah. And I'll mention it when we do our top 10 Christmas movies for Hallmark on Swing My Heart. But I think this one, if I remember correctly, it just missed the top 10 by like a couple spots.
Yeah. We'll probably like run through our top 10 on this episode, and then, got to go more in depth on Swing My Heart. But what's the next movie on your list?
A Fabled Holiday from Hallmark Channel, starring Ryan Pavey and Brooke Dorsey. They're two of my favorites.
I've not gotten to watch this movie, and I'm so upset about it because I'm with you. I love both of them.
Yeah.
I have not.
It was really cute. Again, this isn't a top favorite, but it was really cute. And I loved the storyline. I thought it was a bit different. And there was a little aspect, or a lot of the movie had that magical aspect to it. Like, there were a lot of things. And of course, growing up being a Disney fan, the magic,
Yes. Well, I don't know why, and I haven't even seen it, but for whatever reason, what just came to my mind was Babes in Toyland. I don't know why in the world that just came to my mind, but just.
And just the synopsis: Talia and her childhood best friend Anderson unexpectedly reunite in a familiar-looking town full of Christmas spirit that restores its visitors during their times of deep turmoil. So each of the guests that go to this town in the movie, they're each going through something. Like, I think one of them is a married couple and they're having trouble with communication and, just getting along. And I can't remember the others. I haven't seen it in a couple weeks, but it was a good movie.
Yeah. Okay.
And they all have this connection to this familiar looking town. I won't spoil it, because if I say what it is, that's probably going to spoil the whole movie.
Okay, I will try to watch it soon, and I will let you know when I do. No guarantees, though. You know how bad I've been struggling to watch movies lately.
The director, I believe her name is Ruby Monroe. She did an amazing job.
Okay. But yeah, I'm with you. I love Ryan Pavey and Brooke Dorsey.
Yeah. And the acting was great, of course, from both of them and the entire cast.
Yeah. What would you rate this one?
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
An 8.5, or 8 to 8.5 out of 10. It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Awesome. Next on my list is Destined at Christmas from Great American Family.
That was a good one.
The synopsis for that one says, Kim and Theo meet in the middle of Black Friday shopping madness, but there's a definite spark between them. When a power outage causes some panic at a store, the couple gets separated. I loved the whole destiny aspect to this. I thought it was well cast.
Yes.
For another thing, I felt like it was a different storyline. What was she? What was she?
Paleontologist, I believe. Yes.
Paleontologist. I couldn't remember if that's what she was or not, but yeah.
I haven't watched this one in a couple of weeks, but it was really cute. That's one of my favorites from Great American Family this year. The storyline was very different. I liked how they did it over Thanksgiving weekend and they drug it out until Christmas, the whole movie.
Yes. Yeah, I thought they did an excellent job.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent job with this one.
Yeah.
I would say, what would you rate this one?
I recapped this one with our friend Angie. Shout out to you, Angie.
Aww.
I recapped it, I think, right when it came out or a couple days after it came out. So I can't remember for sure what I rated it, but I think it was for a 4 or 5 out of 5.
Okay.
It was really good.
I would say I would probably say like maybe a 9.5 out of 10. So
yeah.
That, like, it was really good.
Yeah. If we did it on a 10 out of 10 scale, I think I gave it a 9. But I would have to go back and listen to our recap to remember for sure.
Yeah. What's next on your list?
Let's see. Next on my list is Long Lost Christmas from Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, starring Benjamin Ayres and Taylor Cole.
I've not gotten to see this one either.
It's really good.
So many good ones that I've not gotten to see. That's like my top 10 is based off of what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that if I had gotten to see some of these other ones, it might be changed somewhat, but I didn't. So here it is.
Interior designer Haley plans to surprise her recently widowed mother, Patricia, with the perfect holiday present, the extended family she knows her mom yearns for.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably give this 9 out of 10. It was really good. I loved the chemistry between Benjamin Ayres and Taylor Cole. I think they worked really well together. The acting was great. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a fun fact, the guy that directed this movie, Michael Robeson, he is our chiropractor's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so cool.
Oh, yes. I didn't know until a while back that, well, I think when we met him, I think that he had mentioned he had a brother.
Mm-hmm.
And that he worked on Hallmark, but that was a long time ago. So I didn't remember, like it slipped my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said that, or he told my dad that, and my dad told me, and I was like, that's really cool. And he's directed a couple other movies for Hallmark as well. One being Romance and Style, which was from 2022 with J.C. Elliott and Benjamin Hollingsworth. And he directed another one of our favorites, It Was Always You, with Tyler and Aaron.
Yeah, I loved both of those movies.
Yeah, he's a great director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember. Did you rate this one?
Yes, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember you saying that now. I'm sorry. My brain, I swear, y'all, my brain lately. I did just get put on antidepressants, so hopefully that will help with some stuff. But anyway, next on my list is We Need a Little Christmas on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
That was a good one. I don't have it on my list, but it was good.
Yeah, the synopsis for that one is Julie is struggling being a single mother to a grieving child and facing her first Christmas without her husband when she develops an unexpected friendship with a neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to admit, pretty much the entire movie, I was expecting the neighbor, and I can't even remember character names at this point, but I was expecting her neighbor to turn out to be an angel at some point in the story. Like, I wasn't expecting it to go how it went. I loved how it went. I thought it was super sweet. Sweet movie, very touching.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a heartstrings.
Yeah, I haven't watched this one in a while, but it was good. So I don't remember exactly what the ending was because I don't think I've seen it since it came out. You know, things have been busy, So
really,
that's why. That's why I haven't watched it again, but I really enjoyed it. And
I've got like
the
a knot
acting
in
is
my
great.
head.
Oh.
I'm hurting myself trying to get this knot out of my hair. There we go.
Yes, the acting was great.
I would probably rate this one an 8 or 9 out of 10. I thought it was really, really good.
An 8 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. I would say solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next on my list is The Most Colorful Time of the Year from Hallmark Channel, starring Christopher Russell, Katrina Bowden, and Ava Weiss, who the Hardys know from When Hope Calls. Ryan is an elementary school teacher who learns that he is colorblind. Michelle, an optometrist and mother of one of his students, helps bring color into his life in time for the holidays. This was a really cute movie. I would probably give it 9 out of 10.
Yeah. This one was one that I almost said, let's go ahead and cover it because it was so good. Like,
yes.
I love that it touched on color blindness because that's not something you really hear a lot about.
Yeah.
So I loved that it did that. I thought the movie was funny. I thought it was heartwarming. I
also loved how it wasn't one of the characters coming home. Yeah. And then having to go back. Like they both lived in the town.
Yes. I loved this movie. I would probably give it a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Like I was very, very impressed with this movie.
And can we just talk about Chris's acting? Because
yes, so good.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie is when he puts on the glasses for the first time and he sees, oh my gosh.
Oh my word. So good.
And then Katrina Bowden's character, the name is slipping my mind. But like when she sees him seeing color.
Yes. Michelle, was it Michelle?
I think it was Michelle.
Yeah, I think it was Michelle. Yeah.
Sorry. I said that in the synopsis. Duh. Dopey do.
Y'all, our braids, we need help. Like that's gonna be our signs next time we come on here. We need help.
Duh.
Oh word.
I just said her character name. What is going on with me?
We need sleep. We need vacations. Like, oh my word. Yeah, that one was a really, really, really good one. The next one on my list is actually one that you covered on Swing My Heart, but we didn't cover it on Honest to Goodness, so I thought I would mention it. Was A Kismet Christmas.
That was cute.
It was adorable. Oh my gosh.
Carlo Marks, another Chesapeake Shores.
Yes, I love him. As far as couples, Jess and David are my favorite. Individual character, Kevin's my favorite.
But I love Jess and David too. Kevin and Sarah are my favorite Chesapeake Shores couple.
See, I haven't really seen the later seasons, so I haven't gotten to see much of them as a couple. But I really did like them.
But I like David and Jess too.
Yeah. The synopsis for A Kismet Christmas was children's author Sarah reconnects with her hometown family and teenage crush Travis while confronting a family legend that might actually be true. And if y'all want to hear more about this movie, go over to Swing My Heart podcast and listen to her recap.
It was really fun. I talked about that one with Lydia. Hi, Lydia. If you're listening, we love you.
Yes.
That was fun. And I recapped it, I think, right at the beginning of the Christmas season, because that was one of the first ones that came out.
Yeah. It was an adorable movie. So funny, too.
Yeah. 9 out of 10 for me. And can we just talk about the best friend? Like, the ultimate best friend.
Yes. Oh my word.
Some of his dialogue was brilliant. Like the
Yeah.
scene when Sarah, that was character's name, right? No.
Yeah.
She's
the
yeah,
main
sorry.
character.
Sarah gets back home and they had already done the announcement of the contest. Like they had already announced the winner and it was Jazzy. And then she gets back home and she's on the phone with her friend and she's talking about how Carlos's character, my brain is a Travis. What is wrong with me? She's talking about how Jazzy is Travis's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the dialogue in front of me, but it was so funny. And he's like, stop it.
You and I think it wasn't you and I. It was this episode will come out like a couple of days after this one will. But when Teresa and I recapped the Wedding Veil Legacy movie, we were talking about how much we loved Stanley and just that side character and the dynamic between the two of them. I love a good side character dynamic.
Yeah. He was great. And there was one other scene. I think it was when she had finished her story at the cabin, and she had gotten back home and she had sent the pages to her friend. And I think he was her agent too. And she's saying how Travis basically held her hostage in the cabin until she finished. And he said something like, I love this guy.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And then I loved the scene at the end when he encourages her to tell Travis how she feels because he can tell that she likes him and he likes her. Like, would you rather, you can stay in New York, I think is where it was. You can stay in New York or you can move to your town that you grew up in pretty much.
Yeah.
And be with Travis. Something along those lines. I don't have the dialogue in front of me, but that was a good scene.
Yeah. Like I said, if y'all want to hear more about this movie, go over to Swing My Heart. Several of these Christmas movies from this year, if they weren't covered on here, they were possibly covered on Swing My Heart.
Yeah. And I have to mention Mary Lou Henner. She's great too.
Yeah.
And of course, all the Postables know her as Glennis Rucker.
Yep.
Bob, spit out that gum.
Oh my word.
That's a line in the show for anyone wondering. Said by Mary Lou's character.
No. What's next on your list?
Next on my list is Hanukkah on Rye, starring Jeremy Jordan and Yael Grabglas. I sincerely apologize if I mispronounced the name, but this was another great movie. A matchmaker connects Molly and Jacob, but their new romance is put to the test when they realize that they are competing deli owners. Will a Hanukkah miracle keep them together?
I have not seen this one again.
It was really cute, and it was written by Julie Sherman Wolfe, who has written a ton of Hallmark movies.
Okay.
It was a really good one, and I think it kind of put me in mind of You've Got Mail a little bit, even though I have not seen that movie for a long time. It had a little bit of a letter mystery to it, which I loved.
Any of the sneak peeks or anything I saw in this movie looked really cute. It just hasn't been one that I've managed to watch yet. So,
and the chemistry was great between the two leads as well, and the rest of the cast.
Okay. What would you rate this one?
Probably a solid 8 out of 10. It was good, but not my top favorite.
Okay. Next on my list, and one that we might end up, like, I have the Friendly TV app. Shout out to them. They are incredible. I love their service. So the movies won't stay on my DVR for an extended amount of time. So I need to make sure I make notes on this one before it disappears on me, because we might recap it later on and you'll understand in a second. But is a let me try that sentence again. It is a cozy Christmas inn. And this one is Jodie Sweetin and Brian Doyle Murray. This was on Hallmark Channel. Yep. The synopsis is real estate exec Erica travels to Alaska during the holidays to acquire a B&B, only to discover it's owned by her ex. Soon she is falling in love with the town and quite possibly him. And this is a sequel to Christmas Under Wraps with Candace Cameron Bure.
Yeah.
So I think it would be neat at some point to have an episode talking about the two of those movies together.
Yeah.
So I definitely want to make some notes on this movie before it disappears, so we can at some point go back and do that. I think it would be a fun, just random, pull it out episode.
It was a cute movie. I mean, it wasn't my favorite again, but it was cute. I
would probably give it an 8 out of 10, because I'm with you. Like, it was cute, but it wasn't necessarily my top favorite.
Yeah. I do, while I really like Jodie Sweetin, I do wish that they had made it sooner with Candace. Since it was kind of a sequel to Christmas Under Wraps.
Yeah. And that is something interesting to see Hallmark do, is they broke up one of the couples they put together. And obviously it's because Candace is no longer with Hallmark. She's with Great American Family. So she couldn't come back and do the sequel. But still, I thought it was interesting, really, to see Hallmark do that. It's one of the, they did something different movies. But at the same time, I kind of felt bad for Candace's character in that, she supposedly got offered a fellowship and she just had to admit that she couldn't really commit to Garland or to him, that she really wanted this fellowship. So I kind of felt a little bit bad for her character in that, but at the same time, knowing that the two of them played sisters for years on Full House, it was kind of funny to see Jodie pick up the sequel to this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Next on my list is a Christmas cookie catastrophe from Hallmark Channel, starring Victor Webster and Rachel Boston. Annie faces her first obstacle as CEO of Cooper's Cookies when Grandma's secret recipe is stolen. While investigating the theft, she works with local baker Sam to recreate the beloved recipe. This was a really cute movie. I would probably give it 9 out of 10.
Definitely. This one I loved. I loved that there was a little bit of a mystery.
Yes, I was about to say that.
To it. Like, I don't remember if I had it figured out or not. I think I did, but I don't 100% remember. But I love Rachel Boston.
Yeah.
She is awesome. Of course, I love Victor Webster.
Yes.
I thought they did very, very good job together on this movie. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Rachel is one of my favorites. And of course, I love Victor too. Rachel also had a movie this year on Up TV, The Engagement Plot with Trevor Donovan, which was also a great movie.
Yes. And Jax. We can't leave out Jax. Hi, Jax.
And we can't leave out Jax.
Yes.
Who played Rachel Boston's character's best friend. Yeah.
Yes.
And I did a recap of that movie with my friend Cricket from the Dishing with the Donovans podcast. If you're listening, shout out to you.
Aww.
That was such a fun episode.
I'll bet. That was a really cute movie. I loved that movie.
Yeah.
That was a super cute movie.
Yeah.
But yes, Christmas Cookie Catastrophe, I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Like, it was really, really good. It was really good. One that I believe you covered this one on Swing My Heart. And actually, I could be wrong. I think I covered it with you. This is embarrassing. Y'all, I swear, our brains lately, I swear. But Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, Christmas Bedtime Stories.
I did recap this one with Simone.
Okay, I couldn't remember if I recapped this with you or not because I remember us talking about it. So I couldn't remember if I was actually the one that recapped it with you.
It is a great movie.
This one was, I did not expect this ending to this movie. I'll read the synopsis real quick. It says, when Danielle is left to raise her daughter after her husband goes MIA and is presumed dead, she begins to tell her daughter bedtime stories of her father. And of course, this one is Erin Cahill and Steve Lund, which was my first Hallmark crush. Love Steve Lund.
Steve is great. And so is Erin.
Yes. Yes, both of them. I know a lot of people actually got mad about
this. A lot of
movie
people don't like this movie.
Because of what happens to Steve's character. And I get it. I'm not going to spoil it.
I get it too.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I have some questions. I still love the movie, but I have some questions, which I talk about with Simone on the episode.
Yes. So definitely go check out that episode on Swing.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
Because that ending.
It was not. Yeah. It was not what I was expecting. I'll just put it that way. But I think I would probably give this one maybe like a 8.5 out of 10, simply because I did, but didn't like the ending. Like,
yeah,
I'm torn about that.
I can't remember what I gave for a rating on the episode. I think it was 8 out of 10, but I can't remember for sure. Okay, I just have to say this. I know it's not going to happen. You probably know where I'm going with this. If it could be done in this movie, if they could bring her husband back, they could bring Jack back.
Right? Well, not at this point they can't, but yeah. Before they could have, yes. Oh my word.
I mean, technically, we didn't see it on screen, so it still could be done, like mistaken identity, but chances of that happening are.
Well, with the When Hope Calls Christmas, that.
Well, now that's probably,
Yeah. Nope, I feel it though.
But just to point out, if it can be done on that movie.
Oh, it can be done. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
It really was. It was, I would say, out of the Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, it wasn't my top favorite, but it was a really good one. It was definitely one of my favorites from this year.
Yeah. I think it just missed my top 20. Okay. Just considering all the other good movies, but I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah. See, this girl's doing way better than I am because I'm doing good, come up with a top 10. But actually, I think I probably could have kept ranking them. I just didn't. I just came up with the top 10. But
I've seen all of them, but I've seen all of them but 4, and that includes one Christmas in July movie. And then one, you probably know, for personal beliefs.
Yeah.
And then the other.
A couple of them from this year that I actually wrote down because, like I said, I just went through and went, okay, which ones did I watch? But there were 2 or 3 this year that I did. 2 of them that I watched all the way through, would not recommend, not even going to mention the names of them. Although I really wanted to like them, but anyway. I know.
Yeah.
But then another one I didn't even get through. So
the other 2 were Holiday Heritage and Holiday Stocking. I have not watched those yet.
Yeah. So what's next on your list?
Let's see. The last one I have for the Hallmark channel, or Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, is Christmas in Toyland, which was Christmas in July.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
didn't get that Christmas in July, so yeah.
this is from Hallmark Channel, and it stars Jesse Hutch and Vanessa Lenges. A toy store data analyst attempts to save hundreds of jobs right before Christmas to help keep the in-store experience alive. This was a really cute movie, and I was surprised how much I liked it, because at first, like the previews, it kind of maybe looked a little corny, but I love Jesse, and
Yeah,
he's
same.
one of my favorites. And Vanessa is great too. I know her from Glee. So
I don't think I ever actually got to watch this movie, but I remember thinking it was going to be fun from the
yeah.
preview.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
But
thought it was going to be fun, but maybe on the corny side a little bit. But then I watched it and I really enjoyed it. I thought the banter was great. The acting was great. I loved the storyline with the toy store. And I think Jesse's character had a niece, and she was so cute.
Aw.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm with you. I love Jesse Hutch.
Yeah.
So what would you rate this one?
I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. Next on my list is A Magical Christmas Village from Hallmark Channel. This one starred Allison Sweeney, Luke McFarlane, and Marlo Thomas. I was enthralled with this one because I love Allison Sweeney, obviously. Like that's a no-brainer. But Marlo Thomas, I know her from the show That Girl, which is in my top favorite TV shows. So like as far as actually, I would say these are my top 5 favorite shows. Would be the Andy Griffith Show, and this is not in particular order, but the Andy Griffith Show, the Dick Van Dyke Show, Hogan's Heroes, Get Smart, and That Girl. And yes, those are all like from the 60s or so. But those are my top favorites. So I loved seeing Marlo in this. But the synopsis for this one is a Christmas village brings the magic of Christmas to the lives of Summer and her family, healing old wounds and bringing new love to Summer and her family. I thought that Allison and Luke's, obviously using their real names because I don't have the character names written down. I thought their meet cute was really cute. How they just like end up deciding to like meet up, like go out pretty much immediately, and they're both just kind of like, where did that come from? Like, I don't normally ask somebody, like both of them are just kind of dumbfounded that they agreed, that they decided to go out pretty much immediately.
Yeah. This one, I wanted so much to really like it.
It's not a top favorite.
It wasn't a top favorite. I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
I would give it like a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, I liked it, but I'm with you. I didn't really love it. I loved the people that were in it more than I loved the actual story. Now, I thought the story was cute, but it wasn't my top favorite.
Yeah.
But I would give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't the worst one from this year, but it wasn't the best one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's next on your list?
Let's see. Next on my list is non-Hallmark, and it is the Christmas Retreat on Up TV, starring Clayton James, who the Hardys know as Kevin the Blacksmith on When Calls the Heart, and Rhiannon Fish, who the Percivals know as Charlie from The Vows We Had Made. When Kim's boyfriend breaks up with her instead of proposing, Kim's mom takes her away to a Christmas retreat to reconnect with the spirit of the holiday. There she meets newly unemployed Mark. This was a really cute story, and it reminded me just a little bit of Karen Shaler's movie, Christmas Camp.
Okay. See, I haven't seen
just a little bit. That was a cute movie too. I mean, it wasn't exactly the same, but it was still a really cute movie.
Okay.
I thought the chemistry was great. The story was creative. The acting was great. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I thought the activities that they did looked really fun. at the Christmas tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one scene specifically that I liked that I can remember right away, and it is when Kim and Mark are Christmas tree hunting. That was a cute scene.
Hmm.
There are a lot of cute scenes in that movie, but that's one that I can remember right away.
Okay. Okay. Next on my list is Christmas in the Pines
That was
from
a cute movie.
TV. This one was a really cute movie.
Mhm.
And the synopsis is 20-somethings Mark and Ariel experience more than just a relaxing holiday at a charming cottage in a rural town. I love that they get there, they think, each one of them thinks they're buying the house.
Yeah,
They
that
end
was
up
funny.
like basically the first one to leave loses the house. So they both just like start calling their family. Well, he calls his dad and brother there basically to come annoy her, to run her
Yeah.
out. And she learns of his plot. So she calls her family to, come in. And they're basically both trying to get on each other's nerves so much that they chase the other one away. And they end up, the families really bonding. And
Yeah, that was really sweet.
falling in love. So it's a super sweet movie.
Yeah.
I would probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah. I love when they get there and they're like, excuse me, this is my cabin. It's not
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah, the comedy in this movie was really good.
Yeah. Also, is it just me or does that girl that was in it remind you a little bit of Taylor Cole, I think? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the dark hair.
Might be. I don't know. But yeah, I can see what you're saying, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this one was really,
yeah, it was a cute movie.
really cute. Also slight All of My Heart vibes with the two of them sharing the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I thought that right away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another good movie from Hallmark.
Yep. And that was Brendan Elliott and Lacey Chabert.
Yep.
So what's next on your list?
Christmas Sweethearts from Great American Family, which stars Tanner Novlin, Colton Little, and Brienne Hill. When a woman returns home to find her ex in a relationship, she enlists her best friend to act as her fake boyfriend. This was cute. This storyline has been done before, but I like how they made this one a little bit different because, spoiler alert, she doesn't end up with the guy she goes back to her hometown to see. She ends up with her best friend.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
This one was really cute. This one was precious. I think because it was so obvious that he was so in love with her and she was oblivious.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. Now, I'm a little confused on this movie. I'll be totally honest. This is a 2022 Great American Family original, one of 18 original movies.
Yeah.
And yet, if you Google this movie, IMDb shows that this movie was released in 2019 under the title My Best Friend's Christmas. So I don't know if Great American Family bought the movie.
I think they probably bought it, is what I would guess, from somewhere else. Yeah. From like another country or something. Maybe it was a movie in Canada and they bought it.
Maybe.
Although I think Great American Family films in Canada too, maybe.
I have no clue. Probably. But
I'm not sure.
I have no idea. That's not very handy for those of us that would like to work on stuff that they do, and yet they film in Canada, and it's hard to get Americans into Canada to work on a
And then they changed the name of it. Like, why can't you just keep it one name, please?
Yeah. I don't know. That did somewhat confuse me, but I loved the movie.
There were a couple this year that, like, it was at one time one name, and then now it's another name, and I'm just like, please just keep it one name, for crying out loud.
Yeah. Did we say what we would rate this movie?
But it was still cute. 9 out of 10.
I would probably give it a 8 or a 9 out of 10. Yeah, this one was really, really cute.
I loved the ice skating scene. That was one of my favorites, with the double dating.
Oh my gosh, the dance scene.
That was cute. And then the scene when they are giving each other the ornaments with the poi to the world shell. And then the ornament with the photos of them. That was really cute.
Yeah. Super, super cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one that I watched this year was also on Great American Family. Although I don't think I actually got to finish this one. I don't remember the ending of it. I don't think I ever got to finish it. Was A Royal Christmas on Ice.
I finished it. I won't spoil it, but it was cute. It wasn't a top favorite, but it was cute.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a top favorite, but it was really cute. And the synopsis for this one was: looking to escape his royal life, a dashing prince comes to the United States to start a business in a small town in upstate New York and winds up falling for a former Olympic ice skater. I can definitely say this storyline has been done before.
Yeah.
Several times. Maybe not exact, like, it might not be a prince or it might not be Olympic, but the whole ice skating storyline thing has been done several times. So it's nothing spectacular. It's nothing groundbreaking. What I remember of this movie, I would probably rate a 6 out of 10. Like, it wasn't terrible, but it was not a favorite and kind of done, I guess. Like, it's been done, I guess is how I felt.
Yeah, I would probably give it 7.5.
Okay.
It wasn't my top.
I didn't get to finish it, so but
I do like the I thought the leads had great chemistry. And there was another movie that the male lead, Jonathan Stoddard, was in from Up TV this year. I think it was a fall movie. It was called Finding Love in Big Sky. And that was a cute movie.
Okay.
Whenever it's on again, you should check it out, because it was good.
Okay.
Of course, Big Sky, Montana is what I'm referring to. Or
right. Yeah.
It takes place in Montana.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to visit that area of the country.
Yeah.
Road trip.
What is next on your list?
Wrapped Up in Love from Lifetime, starring Oliver Renaud and Brittany Bristow. I apologize if I said the name incorrectly again. But this was a cute movie as well. I just watched it the other day.
Yeah, I've not watched this one.
Ashley has always been the Christmas queen in town. That is, until she meets her match, Ben, a handsome new guy in town who loves Christmas just as much as she does. They join forces to make Christmas even more meaningful. I would probably give this a solid 9 out of 10. I thought the chemistry was great. The storyline was cute.
Yeah, I like Brittany Bristow, so yeah, I'm sure it's really good.
Yeah. There was one scene in particular at the end where they come together and they think of a really nice way to give back to the community and the people in need in the community. I won't spoil it since you haven't seen it, but it's really cute.
Yeah, okay. Next on my list, and I know I covered this one with you on Swing My Heart. Next on my list is Lights, Camera, Christmas,
Yes.
which starred Kimberly Sustad and John Brotherton.
Mm-hmm.
And the synopsis for this one was: a holiday movie production comes to town in need of a costume designer. Kerri, a local shop owner, steps into the role and crosses paths with the film's charming star, Brad. I won't get into everything on this. Definitely go check out that episode on Swing My Heart.
Such a fun episode.
Loved this movie. Like,
Yeah.
having worked on sets, and at some point I want to do at least one episode on Mayberry Man. Like, I want to recap Mayberry Man, which is the productions that I've worked on. I want to recap the movie. It's on PureFlix. You can stream it on PureFlix right now. It's available in a lot of areas. But I would also like to have like some friends from working on the movie come on and talk about it and whatever. I just think it would be fun to do. But yeah, this one is definitely a 10 out of 10. Loved everything about this movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think I said 10 out of 10 as well. I can't remember for sure, but
yeah.
See, next on my list is The Art of Christmas from Great American Family, starring Joe Town and Bridget Kingsley. It was written by Bridget Kingsley and directed by Andrew Simic, who also directed my grown-up Christmas list.
Aww.
After her latest gallery exhibition literally goes up in flames, struggling artist Liv James accepts a teaching job at a local elementary school to make ends meet. I really liked this one. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10.
Okay.
And
I have not seen this one yet.
It was really cute. I related to it a little bit, of course, because I'm a graphic designer. I went to art school, so I related to that aspect of the story. I thought it was really well done.
Okay.
The acting and chemistry was great between the whole cast, specifically the two leads. I'd never seen any of their other work before. And I'm talking about Joe Town and Bridget Kingsley, but they did a great job.
Okay.
And Andrew did as well, directing the movie.
Great. Next on my list is Christmas Masquerade from Up TV. And the synopsis for this one is: when Julianne is mistaken for her glamorous boss at a masquerade ball by a notoriously aloof businessman, she continues the ruse over Christmas. Will she be able to find love in the makeshift fairy tale world they've created? And one thing I loved about this one, we just recapped, that episode came out yesterday. We just recapped Baking All the Way that Corey Lee starred in, and she played the best friend / boss in this movie. I'm trying to think of this movie, kind of like not storyline, but somewhat put me in mind of a movie that Danica McKellar did, I think with Cameron Matheson, where they were at some kind of masquerade. I want to say it was like a Valentine's.
What was the name of that one?
You know which one I'm talking about, though, right?
Yes, I do. I think it's called Very, Very Valentine.
I think, yeah. I knew it was a Valentine's movie. I just couldn't remember the name of it.
It was cute.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess the masquerade ball, like the whole, I guess all that kind of is what related the two in my mind.
I actually have not seen that one.
What, Christmas Masquerade?
Yeah, that's actually one I have not watched.
It was cute. I would give it a solid 8 out of 10.
I'll have to check it out next time it's on.
Yeah, it was really cute. So what's next on your list?
A Christmas Present from Great American Family, starring Mark Blinkus and Candace Cameron Bure. I would give this a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay.
It was a little bit of a deeper storyline, but it was still good. I enjoyed it. And the synopsis is real estate mom Maggie Larson takes her family to spend Christmas with her brother and his daughter, who have different expectations for their holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the faith aspect. That was my favorite part.
Yeah. I think that was usually when we see Candace in Hallmark movies, they're more not quite rom-com, but definitely more comedy to it than what we saw in this movie. And I think that's kind of what made it a little awkward, although this movie was really good. It was just not what we're used to seeing Candace in, per se.
Yeah.
But I really did enjoy the fate.
I did too. Yeah.
I would give it a solid 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yeah. And that church was beautiful.
Oh, yes.
Like the stained glass that we saw in that one scene when she gets there and she's looking up.
And
I loved the little cameo from Hillary Scott from Lady A.
Oh.
That's a country band.
Okay. The name's familiar. I just can't put a face with the name right this second.
Yeah.
Another one that we covered on Swing My Heart, and this was Me and You as well. And we kind of mentioned it. We mentioned, I was like, why is this so familiar? It's because we mentioned it in the last episode of A Merry Christmas Wish. And I did not write down the synopsis for this one since we covered it on Swing My Heart podcast. But this was Jewel Wagner and Cameron Matheson. Love them both, Jewel Wagner especially. I would give this one a 10 out of 10, honestly. Like I love this movie. And I don't remember what I rated it on Swing My Heart. But in this particular moment, I'm saying 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And go check that episode out.
Yes. I think I said 9 or 10 out of 10 as well. Yeah. If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
My last one from Great American Family is Christmas on Candy Cane Lane, starring Dan Payne and Andrea Barber. I thought the chemistry between Dan and Andrea were great.
Yeah.
And the story was really cute. And there were a lot of people that we've seen on Hallmark in this movie as well. Like the neighbor. I can't remember her name. Like her actual name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's been in a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. One thing I loved about this movie was the fact that we had a divorced couple that gets back together.
Yes.
I love that element in this story.
Yes. And I'll just read the synopsis real quick. Yeah. Ivy Donaldson struggles with her mom's shadow, Mariel, the Christmas darling of Icicle Falls. She is now separated from her husband, Rob, and tries her best with her daughter. But after a series of strange but comical events, everybody gets together in unexpected but festive ways. I have to mention, did you expect the culprit to be who it was?
No.
I didn't either. I was like, what?
I loved that this one had an element of mystery to it, and you think you have it figured out. Like, you really did. I loved the cop in this movie.
Yes.
So good.
She's been in a lot of stuff too. I can't remember her name right off the bat, but
yeah, I recognized her as well. But I thought her storyline was great. This one was definitely a top favorite for me out of the Great American Family movies this year. And of course, we know Andrea Barber as Kimmy Gibbler from
Full House and Fuller House. Yeah.
So it was really fun to get to see her in this. I would give this one a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Like, I really liked this one.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 for me. And I recognized the other guy too. That was interested in the cop. I can't remember his name, but he's a great actor too.
Either. We have it together right now, y'all. Like, we're on top of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Next on my list, and this one was definitely not a top favorite. I did laugh. I thought it was funny. Not a top favorite. I would probably give it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Like, it was okay. The Royal Nanny from Hallmark. And
Yeah.
the synopsis for that one is that this undercover agent, or this agent, Claire, goes undercover as a royal nanny and must overcome the challenges of her assignment, like resisting the charms of Prince Colin while keeping the family safe at Christmas.
Mhm.
I loved Prince Colin. I loved his relationship with the kids.
Mhm.
I think he was my favorite part of this whole movie.
Yeah.
Like, I really loved his character. The movie was funny in a way. I mean, they talk about Mary Poppins and all this. It had its good points, but it didn't really grab me. Like I said, I would
felt
say
flat a little bit.
Yeah, I would say a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Like
I'd probably give it a 6.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they did a good job with it, but it just wasn't really my favorite thing. So
next on my list is from Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. Now, we just did this one on Swing My Heart. 5 More Minutes, Moments Like These with Ashley Williams and Lucas Bryant. And Lane Edwards. I can't not mention Lane Edwards.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Nikki DeLoach makes her
little cameo,
which I love.
Yes.
This movie was super cute.
Yeah, y'all go check out that recap.
Yes, definitely.
Whenever you can.
Yeah, definitely 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
For that movie. This was the movie funny story that you said that I really liked that I didn't even remember I had watched until I looked at the synopsis. Sorry. But when I think of Christmas from Hallmark, the synopsis is a young woman returns to her hometown over the holidays to help her mother pack up her home. Unexpectedly, sorry, I had typos on my notes. So I was like trying to figure out what I was trying to say here. Unexpectedly reconnects with a past lover. And this is Beth Broderick. Is that how you say her last name?
Beth Broderick.
And Niall, I never know how to pronounce it. Mater, thank you. And I'm drawing a complete blank. What is the guy's name that plays Pastor Frank Hogan?
Mark Humphrey.
Thank you. I just put Pastor Frank because I'm like, I know this guy, and I'm drawing a complete blank.
And he was in 5 More Minutes too.
He was, yeah. I loved seeing him pop back up in some movies because everybody loved him.
Yes.
Was so sad to see him not there anymore on Anyone Calls the Heart, but yeah, I personally really loved this movie. Of course, I love Niall. And I don't know. I just thought it was fun. I thought the chemistry was good. I guess it kind of almost a Gift of the Magi thing where pretty much he's got a ticket to go with her and she's gonna stay home type.
I have not seen that, so I'm not.
At the end, Gift of the Magi is, you probably heard the story.
I've heard of the movie.
Well, it's the husband and wife that, they're on hard times. And he sells his watch. Like, she has this beautiful hair, and he sells his watch to get her a hair comb, and she has her hair cut off and sells her hair to get him a watch fob.
Oh, yeah. I haven't seen it, but yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it's age-old story. I've never seen a movie. I just am familiar with the story. So I guess that's kind of what it puts me in mind of there at the end, where they're both, almost missing each other here because they're trying to do what they think the other one wants.
Yeah.
But I would probably give this one like a 8 or 9 out of 10. Like, I liked it. It wasn't a top favorite, but definitely above others.
Yeah.
For me.
See, the next one is Christmas at the Golden Dragon from Hallmark Channel. This one was really cute. I would give it it wasn't my top favorite. It just missed my top 20, considering all the other movies that I really enjoyed. But I did enjoy this one too. I would give it a solid 8. At times it did feel like the story. At times it did feel like there was a lot going on all at one time, but it was still good. And
Zach Santiago.
yeah, that's one reason why I really liked this movie was
I haven't even seen this movie and I knew Zach was in it. Of course, we're talking about Ramon
Rodriguez. Yes, he did a great job. And I loved that Barbara Niven was in this as well. And I have to mention Sarah Canning was in this, who is in the Christmas movie with Daniel from last year, A Christmas Star.
Okay.
And Antonio Cupo, I think that's how you say his last name, who has been in a lot of Hallmark movies. He was great too.
Okay. Another great movie, and this one is one that I think we talked about covering it, but there were so many,
yeah,
that we decided to cover another movie that this actor was in instead of covering this one, because we were like having to go, okay, we can only cover so many, so which ones are we gonna do? But I'm Glad It's Christmas from Great American Family. And this one is Jessica Lowndes, Paul Green, and Gladys Knight.
Yep.
The synopsis for this one is: an inspiring singer is convinced to participate in a local production. Along the way, she finds hope in her career. I can honestly say this has been my favorite role that I have seen Jessica in.
Yeah.
She's okay. I don't know why. I've never really been drawn to her until this movie. Like, I haven't had a problem with her. She's just never been one of my top favorites. But something about this role, I liked her better.
Yeah. I do love her in the movie she did with Dan back in 2016.
December Bride.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of movies that she's in that I like the movies. I just, I don't know. It's like, I've just never.
She's not my top favorite, but I do like her.
Yeah.
She has a beautiful voice.
Yeah. I feel like this has been the role that has kind of made me go, okay, yeah, you know, about her a little more, you know. And of course, Paul Green, we know as Dr. Carson Shepherd. Love him. Oh my gosh.
Paul has a great voice too. Although my brother and my dad would beg to differ.
Oh my gosh.
My brother especially, like a couple weeks ago, this movie was on, or I think it was before we went to my grandmother's. Like, he had been at work. My dad had been at work and he came home and I had this movie on, and my brother walked in the room, and I think it was the scene when they were in the room and they were playing the piano together. And my brother said something like, he's terrible. And I'm just like,
oh my gosh. Well, I can't say anything. I know a lot of people don't like Johnny Cash, and I love Johnny Cash. And I mean, Johnny Cash is a legend in the country music field, and a lot of people don't like Johnny Cash. So, you know, everybody's got their own taste.
Yeah.
But I think kind of my
I love seeing Gladys Knight in this movie.
Yes.
Midnight Train to Georgia.
I feel like my favorite moment in this movie is at the end when they're singing. Yes. And I cannot even remember the name of the song, but I loved the song so much that they sang there at the end.
Is it something like Finally Christmas, I think? Like, it's finally Christmas, I think.
I don't remember.
I could be wrong. I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
It was a good song though.
The song was really good. I was like, I would cover that song. Like, I would record that song if I had the chance. I loved the song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would give this one probably a 9 or 10 out of 10. Like, I really liked this song, or this movie. Well, I liked the song too, the movie.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah. Like I said, we talked about covering this one on Honest to Goodness, but it was like, okay, we've got so many Christmas movies, and we decided to recap Fit for Christmas with Paul in it instead of this one. But yeah, what you got?
We covered this with Kristen on Swing My Heart. You know which one I'm going to say.
Pretty
Hold out
sure.
the holly.
I was going to say it's next on my list too. Yes. Yep.
Hold out the holly. Yeah.
Yep. And be impressed that neither one of us started singing at that point, y'all.
Hold up the holly.
I love that song.
We need a little Christmas, right?
Yep. Yep. Although I will admit at this point, I kind of need to not have Christmas movies. Like, I've been so swamped with them. I love them. Don't take me wrong, but I need like a little bit of a break to, adjust my brain, and then I'll be ready for Christmas movies again. So, yeah.
Just one little brief thing. Did you notice in the intro, like when they were playing the song, after they did the opening scene, like with the flashback, and they roll into like the opening credits, and the title "Hold Out the Holly" comes on, and it like does it exactly as the song, like the lyrics are being said.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Y'all need to go listen to this episode. If you don't listen to any of these other episodes, definitely go listen to this episode, because it was me and Nicole, Kristen.
Well, multiple words, but one specific word. Oliver and Barbara Jean.
Yes, this movie was so fun. A definite 10 out of 10. Wes Brown in those Clark Kent glasses.
Yes, of course. I love Wes and Lacey. I love Wes and Lacey too.
Yes, the Nutcracker that she put on the porch, hilarious. And then of course we had what is her real name? Melissa Peterson?
Yeah, Melissa Peterman.
Yeah. That of course we know her as Barbara Jean.
Barbara Jean on Reba.
And who do they pair her with? But Eric Mabius, aka Oliver O'Toole. From Southfield Delivery. It's like, I said it on the recap, I will say it again. Their kiss made me laugh out loud, because bless Melissa's heart, she is so tall.
It was cute.
It was, but it was just like he's almost having to reach up to kiss her, and it was cracking me up. Like, it was adorable, but it cracked me up. Yeah. They were like the most unlikely pairing, but it was adorable.
Yeah. It was really cute. Of course, I just said it a second ago, but Wes and Lacey, they did a great job as well. I loved their chemistry. Christopher Plaha, I have to mention him because he was in it too.
Yes.
He's another favorite. Of course, I love Eric. Eric is one of my favorite. Yeah. He's like one of my top favorites on the network. Your favorite, Nicole. Eric is like my number one favorite on the network. I know. Yeah. But I love a lot of the other guys too. Like Wes is up there, Andrew is up there, Tyler's up there, Chris is up there. A lot of great Hallmark leading men.
Yeah. I would really love to meet Christopher Plaha. Like, he just seems like he is such a sweet guy.
Yeah.
I would really love to meet him.
Yes.
Okay, let me see. Definitely 10 out of 10 on the
Definitely 10 out of 10.
Like, that
we need a sequel. I would love a second movie with these characters.
Yes.
Hallmark, if you're listening, pretty please.
Yes. Maybe name the second one. Had they done a movie called We Need a Little Christmas? Did they do that this year, actually? I don't know.
We just talked about it a little while ago. Harry Brown. Harry Brown. That was one of yours.
I can't say anything, okay?
It's okay.
I'm just thinking they could like use that as like a tagline, like somehow or another, the like going on with the song for a sequel. Yeah, is what I'm trying to say. That's my point.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. Yes, that was the first Hallmark Movies and Mysteries movie this year. I think We Need a Little Christmas with the neighbor.
Oh yeah. Because that was I'm literally scrolling back trying to find the synopsis of that. Yes, that was the one. Yeah, that I was expecting the neighbor to be an angel.
Yeah.
So that particular movie, like I really liked it, but it's not a standout in my brain movie, quite obviously. Like out of all the Hallmark movies and mysteries movies.
Yeah.
Another one, we're getting down to a point where we've mentioned so many of these. I'm trying to find one that we haven't. The next one on my list, again, not really a favorite. I would maybe give it a 7 out of 10. Like it was okay. And I loved seeing Jack Wagner in it, but it definitely wasn't a top favorite.
I know what you're, yep.
A Big Fat Family Christmas on Hallmark.
Yep.
The synopsis is when her family's party gets her cover story, a photojournalist risks her career and relationship with a new coworker as to keep her ties to the party a secret. I thought the movie was good.
It was cute.
I loved the I guess the like Chinese heritage aspect of it.
I like learning about that a little bit.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it. I don't know, something just didn't grab me.
It wasn't my top favorite, but I enjoyed it, and I liked seeing Jack Wagner. I did like the faith aspect, like the scene in the church.
Yeah.
Or the 2 or 3 scenes in the church. Those were really nice.
That kind of put me in mind of, there's a particular, and I don't remember what episode of Sue Thomas FBI, but it's one episode where Sue Thomas is actually in the scene with the actress that's playing her, and they're in a church and they're talking. But that's kind of what it put me in mind of in those scenes.
I think I know. I don't remember what episode either, but I think I know what you're talking about. I think I remember.
Yeah.
What you're talking about.
That's just kind of what it put me in mind of.
The girl who played the lead, I thought she has a beautiful voice. Like I loved that scene at the end when she sang "Oh Holy Night."
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my favorite Christmas song, by the way.
Yeah. What would you rate this movie?
7 out of 10.
Yeah, I felt the same.
Yeah. Let's see. Next on my list is A Holiday Spectacular, which I recapped this one with Betsy from Hallmark Happenings a couple weeks ago, which that was a lot of fun. This was one of the best movies of the season and probably that Hallmark has ever made. I love how they told the movie basically is one giant flashback. Like it was narrated by
Anne
Margaret's character. Yeah.
I have not seen this movie.
Margaret. Yeah,
I have not seen this movie. I have a feeling it would probably rank pretty high. I love Anne Margaret. Obviously she did like Bye Bye Birdie, Viva Las Vegas, but
it was really well done. Really well done.
Yeah.
And
I've heard a lot of people bragging about it.
Yeah, I would probably give it a 10 out of 10. I liked how the A story screenwriter talk. Sorry.
Yeah.
I liked how the A story was the female relationships, like with Maggie and all the other Rockettes, and then the B story was the romance between Maggie and John. I think was the male lead's character, like the male lead's character.
Yeah.
Okay. And that chemistry was great between everyone, specifically Jenna and Derek, who played Maggie and John, and then the chemistry between the Rockettes.
Okay.
Just the sisterhood. I thought that was a very sweet story.
Okay. I'll have to check that one out.
You don't see that a lot. Like it's rare to have strong female friendships these days.
Yeah.
Which I loved.
Yeah. Next on my list, and actually I think last on my list, because you actually already mentioned the other one, all the rest of them we've covered on here, but last on my list, and you're welcome to mention as many more as you have, but I'm just saying this is the last one I have that I have watched.
I don't have very many more either.
And this was one that you and I covered on Swing My Heart, B&B Mary from Great American Family with Jen Lilly and Jesse Hutch. I really loved this movie. Just go check out our recap on Swing My Heart. But we talked about, that we loved the chemistry between the two of them. Of course, we loved both leads. I loved the matchmaking with his mom and his aunt. So cute. When they see the picture of her, what they don't know is her ex-boyfriend with the girl, and they're like, should we tell her? She's gonna find out eventually. What should we like that whole thing. And then the whole thing was just really, really cute. I don't remember what we said on Swing My Heart, but honestly, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
It was cute. Yeah.
I
think I gave it either 9 or 10 out of 10.
I would say
See, I think going through my list, I have I think I have 2 more that stand out that I want to mention. I mean, one wasn't or isn't at the top of my list, but I still really enjoyed it. And then one is at the very top, almost. Almost. It's in the top 3. I will say that. You probably know which one I'm going to say because you know my top 3 already.
I'm not sure I remember your top 3. I'll just be honest. We both know what our brains have been like tonight. So go for it.
Okay, so I'll mention the one that's lower on my list first. I'll save the best for last. Shout out to a certain group. We love you. You probably know where I'm going with this.
I'm waiting in suspense.
Okay, so I'll mention the one that's lower first. And that is Xmas, starring Brant Daugherty and Clara Bowen. I don't have the synopsis, but this was a really cute movie.
I have not seen this one.
If I remember correctly, I think she's an interior designer and she works with her sister who is also an interior designer. Like they have their own store. And I think she's really popular, like their social media, like their page is like really popular, like basically like an influencer. And she gets roped into this, I think, competition kind of thing where she ends up pretending to be married to Brant Daugherty's character, and they end up pretending like her sister's young child is their child.
Oh my gosh.
And you know how that's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
Misunderstandings.
No,
I mean, I didn't really care for like the deceiving part for such a long time in the movie, but I still really enjoyed the movie. It was like, in general, it was still really cute. And I love Brant. Brant is a great actor. And so is Claire.
So what would you rate this one? I'm sorry if you already said. I'm telling you, my brain.
I think I would give this one 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Probably 7.5 to 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Not a top favorite, but still enjoyable.
Okay. And what's the other one?
Save the best for last, which ranks at number 2 on my Hallmark Christmas rankings for 2022. And I will mention this again when we do our top 10 episode. But my grown-up Christmas list, starring the one and only Kevin and Kayla.
Yes. And this was a Christmas in July movie, to be clear, y'all. Like, I didn't even think about including the Christmas in July movies. So that was something that Nicole took a step further than I thought to, which is great. But I would say that's one of the best movies Hallmark has ever done. Like, it is incredible. Congratulations again to Kevin and Kayla on their engagement.
Yes, congratulations.
They've definitely had us feeling butterflies for a while, pun intended. But
I see what you did there. Yeah. 10 out of 10. Chemistry, scenery, or cinematography, I should say. The script.
Yeah, everything about that.
Directing by Andrew Simic.
Everything about that one was awesome.
Yeah. Also, I do have to admit, I loved the wedding, but I also didn't like it at the same time because of how cold I'm sure everyone was.
Yeah.
I heard that was like a reshoot. They were supposed to, I think they were supposed to film it like inside somewhere. Like it was supposed to be interior. No, sorry. I think it was supposed to be filmed somewhere, and then it ended up being filmed where it was, and like the temperature changed or something. I can't remember for sure. I apologize if I'm getting my facts mixed up, but
no, I've heard people talk about it.
Yeah. I think that Sarah and Joy talk about it on their interview with Andrew from a while back. So if you haven't listened to that interview with our friends from Suspenders Unbuttoned, go check it out because it's a great interview.
Okay. Yep. All right. Any other movies that you want to mention before we kind of get down to our top 10?
I think that's about it for our honorable mentions.
Yeah. Some great movies. No offense intended or slight towards these movies intended for not covering them individually. There were just so many movies, and these are not even all that came out. Like these are just like, for me, I'm literally just listing the ones that I watched. Obviously you watched more than I did.
I watched most of them.
So yeah, it was a lot, and we just kind of had to whittle it down to a barely manageable amount for us. Like
considering how busy we've been with the podcast, I'm surprised that I got down to only 4 I have not seen.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I should really say 3.
Yeah.
Because one.
Yeah.
Will not be watched.
Yeah. But yeah, but we loved a lot of these movies. Like I said, several of them we've recapped on Swing My Heart, or Nicole has with someone else. So definitely go check those episodes out. But without further ado, I split my top 10 lists up into top 10 Hallmark movies and top 10 Great American Family movies.
I can mention my top 10 Great American Family. I will be doing an episode on top 10 non-Hallmark Christmas movies with our friend Chad from the Great American Chat podcast on Friday. So,
hey Chad, I know he listens to this podcast. So, hey Chad,
stay tuned for that episode. That will be a fun one. But I will mention them right now as well.
By the way, Chad, like you invited me to come on your podcast weeks ago, and I've never heard anything about it. So what's up? Come on, get your act together, dude. We have fun with Chad when we do our Instagram lives. He gets
gosh,
and we have so much fun. I'm not going there. I promise, I'm not going there. I'll just say we have a lot of fun.
That was
my favorite part was when he said he was switching to me. So like
I must have missed that part.
I don't remember. It happened over something, and then he started in on you again. I don't remember.
I must have gone to get my phone charger or something.
Might have. I don't remember.
But we can talk about our top 10 right now.
Yeah. Okay. We will be doing like a little more in-depth episode with Nicole on Swing My Heart.
Yep.
Soon, covering like our top 10 movies and stuff. But we'll just do a run through real quick. Yeah. So you mentioned that my grown-up Christmas list was second.
Do we want to do 10 to 1 or 1 to 10? Like
I would say 1 to 10.
Okay, yeah, we can do it that way. Okay. So number 1 for me we just did this one on this podcast a couple weeks ago. The Gift of Peace, starring Brendan Elliott and Nikita Loach. Another one of the best movies that Hallmark has ever done. So much faith in this movie. Such a beautiful story.
Yeah.
They killed it. They killed it.
Yeah. 100%.
And that scene with Brennan.
Oh, man.
When I saw Brennan break down, I broke down.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That movie was
incredible acting from everyone.
Yeah. Do you want to go back and forth, or do you want to let you go through your list and I'll go through
mine?
Yeah,
sorry. I can just go through my list. Number 2, which I just mentioned, is my grown-up Christmas list. Number 3 is 5 More Minutes, which I already mentioned a little while ago. Number 4, we covered it on both this podcast and Swing My Heart. I covered it on Swing My Heart with our friend Casey from Deliver Me a Podcast. That was a really good one. Yes, we love you. This one, another one of the best movies, in my opinion, that Hallmark has ever done. The writing, incredible. The acting, incredible. Just everything.
Which one was that? You never said the title.
Oh, sorry. I thought I said the title.
I'm like sitting here on the edge of my seat.
I'm so sorry. I thought I said the title. Ghost of Christmas Always.
Okay. Yes. Definitely.
Yes. Written by Zach Hub. Phenomenal writer.
Yeah.
Number 5, Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas, starring Tyler Hynes, Holland Roden, and Karen Kruper. This one, for obvious reasons, and just another one of the best movies that Hallmark has ever done. Like, seriously. Like, all my top 5, I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
Or I don't even need to repeat it because it's just the truth.
It is. Hallmark has blown it out of the water this year.
Yeah. And we talked about this one on this podcast, and I just talked about it, I think, maybe 2 weeks ago with my friend Noelle, who I had met at Ramadrama in West Palm Beach. That was fun. So go check that out if you have not already. And then
now, are you talking about Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas?
Yes.
Or okay, making sure we're still on the same movie.
Yeah. And this just, like, I'm not even kidding. I have switched these 2 movies around so much. It's not even funny. Like, number 6 is 3 Wise Men and a Baby. For obvious reasons.
Incredible movie.
Yeah. And we talked about this one on this podcast as well. And I talked about it with my co-host Hannah on Swing My Heart. Number 7, we've already mentioned Haul Out the Holly. For obvious reasons. Number 8, Lights, Camera, Christmas with Kimberly Sustad and John Brotherton. Number 9, A Holiday Spectacular starring Derek Klena and Jenna Claire Mason. And number 10, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas starring Zane Holt and Tori DeVito. There were a couple that just missed the top 10. Like, it was so close. There were so
many good ones that it's like you feel bad. I said this earlier, it's like you feel bad pushing the other ones further down on the list because they're still that good, but it's like,
I know, I have switched my list around so many times this season. It is not even funny.
Yeah.
But I'll briefly mention a couple of them. Maple Valley Christmas, which we've talked about on both podcasts. I recapped it on Swing My Heart with my friend Christina, who I also met at Ramadrama. Number 12 is In Merry Measure, which we have already mentioned. My Southern Family Christmas, starring J.C. Elliott and Ryan Rotman, which we talked about on this podcast a while, I think maybe a month or 2 ago. This was another movie that was really well done. 14, A Kismet Christmas, 15, The Most Colorful Time of the Year. 16, A Fabled Holiday. 17, Long Lost Christmas. 18, Hanukkah on Rye. 19, A Christmas Cookie Catastrophe. And rounding out my top 20 is Noel Next Door. And then a couple of them, which I mentioned early on, just missed the top 20. I won't mention them again since we have already talked about them, but
all right.
Yeah.
Awesome. My top 10 Hallmark movies. And I'm looking at the list, kind of trying to make sure I'm still, like, I literally just switched one while you were talking. Because I kind of went, no, actually, I kind of feel like this instead of this, you know. But tops for me, number one is Three Wise Men and a Baby. Like, I loved everything about that movie. It was pure gold from beginning to end. And the number two place for me was Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas. Loved the movie, but everybody knows Tyler Hines is my guy. Like, I absolutely love Tyler Hines. So that one took second place for me. Number three for me was The Gift of Peace, because that was such an incredibly powerful movie. Number four was Lights, Camera, Christmas, because that one was absolutely incredible. And of course, it really resonated for me, having worked on sets and stuff. Number five was Ghost of Christmas Always, because that one was so good. Oh man.
Yeah.
Easily one of the best movies Hallmark has ever done. Number six, A Maple Valley Christmas. Andrew Walker, obviously a top favorite. With us, so loved his movie. Number seven was 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, which we just recapped the other day. Again, just one that I really related to. I loved the comedy in it. Number 8 for me was 5 More Minutes, Moments Like These. Number 9, Haul Out the Holly, because it was just so fun. And number 10, honestly, is kind of a tie between A Christmas Cookie Catastrophe and In Merry Measure. Like, I feel like those are I love both of them. I can't really say I love one of them more than I love the other. So that's kind of a tie for me. Between those. And I did not keep going with my list. I just did.
That's okay. Sorry. I'm a little overachiever here.
You're good.
So but like you said, it's hard to like not mention every single one that you enjoyed.
Yeah, and like I said, if I had seen A Holiday Spectacular, it would bump something else off my list. I've not seen that one yet. Or like, I didn't think about including the Christmas in July. I'll get the right thing out here in a second. I did not think about including Christmas in July movies, so I didn't put my Grown Up Christmas list on it, although I love that movie. I would have to rewatch it. It's been since July since I've seen it. I would have to rewatch it to know whether or not it would bump anything off of my list. It would probably make my top 10. Like, I would definitely say it would beat like A Christmas Cookie Catastrophe and In Merry Measure. It would make my top 10. But so what is on your non-Hallmark list?
Okay, just a little disclaimer. I think my top 3 are a lock as of right now. It's probably unlikely the top 3 are going to change, but from 4 to 10, it's still up in the air. But I'll just mention the ones that I have listed. In my notes. Number 1, Catering Christmas with Daniel and Merritt.
We have that one in common. That was both our number 1.
Yay! For obvious reasons. Yes. Number 2, B&B Mary with Jesse Hutch and Jen Lilly. Is that your number 2?
I have a feeling our number 3 is not going to be the same, but my guess is that your number 3 is A Merry Christmas Wish.
Nope.
Okay, then I don't know what it is.
That just missed my top 10. That just missed my top 10.
Okay.
Okay, my number 3 is Meeting Mr. Christmas.
Okay, see, I just did Great American Family, so that one's not on my list. So
yeah, I combined.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't do
think
just
about
Great American Family. Yeah. Okay, number 3, Meeting Mr. Christmas. Number 4,
That was really good.
yeah. Number 4, Wrapped Up in Christmas, which I mentioned earlier, which is Brittany Bristow's movie on Lifetime. Number 5, Fit for Christmas with Paul and Amanda and Jax.
Yes.
Number 6, Destined at Christmas with Casey Elliott and Shay Robbins. Number 7, Christmas Sweethearts, which we just talked about a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, The Art of Christmas with Joe Town and Bridget Kingsley. Number 9, I'll Be Home for Christmas. I'm drawing a blank on the names. Sorry about that.
I don't remember.
But it was a cute movie.
Mm-hmm.
And number 10, Baking All the Way with Yannick and Corey.
Mm-hmm.
And just missing my top 10 as of right now. Noted or disclaimer, which I just mentioned, some of these could change because I still have not watched all of them. But ranking at number 11 is A Christmas Present with Mark and Candace.
Mm-hmm.
Number 12, A Merry Christmas Wish with Jill and Cameron. Number 13, The Christmas Retreat with Clayton and Rhiannon. Number 14, Christmas on Candy Cane Lane with Dan Payne. I don't have that one ranked, but it just missed my top 10 as of right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple others I'll mention. Actually, there's one I have not seen. Or no, there's 3 I haven't seen, and then 1 I have seen. Christmas at the Drive-In with Neil and Danica.
I haven't watched that one either.
It was really cute. And then the 3 that I haven't watched yet, but I plan to, are Christmas Lovers Anonymous from Great American Family. And I have to zoom in here. The Crown Prince of Christmas, which is Cindy's movie on Great American Family. And the last one I'll mention, which I have not seen, is When Christmas Was Young from CBS. I have not watched this one, but my aunt suggested it and said it was really good. So.
Okay. Yeah, that is so funny that our top 2 were exactly the same. I was like, okay, this is gonna get freaky. But yeah, I just did Great American Family movies. I did not include like Lifetime or Up TV or anything like that. So just Great American Family. Number 1, Catering Christmas. Number 2, B&B Merry. Number 3, Christmas on Candy Cane Lane. I loved that movie. Number 4, I'm Glad It's Christmas. That's the one with Paul and Jessica.
Yep, I love that one too.
Number 5, A Merry Christmas Wish. Number 6, Love at the Christmas Contest.
That one was cute too.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if he actually listens to our podcast, but I know James definitely follows our podcast Instagram. So hi James, if you're listening. And we had such fun talking to them. Y'all can check out that interview.
Yeah.
Okay, number 7, Destined at Christmas. Number 8, I'll Be Home for Christmas. Number 10, A Christmas Present. Or sorry, number 9, A Christmas Present. And number 10, Christmas Sweethearts.
The good top 10. We're pretty close.
Yeah, pretty similar. I was noticing several of them that we were like, you had it, I had it at 8, you had it at 9, or whatever. So it was pretty close.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Such a great Christmas movie season.
Oh, definitely.
And there's already one Christmas movie for 2023 announced with who is it? Bethany Joy Lenz and is it Christopher Plaha? I think
You're gonna have to tell me.
the Biltmore one. The one at Biltmore.
Okay.
I think it's Christopher Plaha. But I know Bethany Joy Lenz, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
That looks good.
I finally watched Jen's movie from last year, her Christmas movie from last year. I finally watched that this year, and I don't even remember the name of it, to tell you the truth.
Oh, Jen Lilly's?
Yes.
Royally Wrapped for Christmas.
Okay, yeah, I finally got to watch that this year because I didn't get to watch it last year. It was cute.
Yeah, it is cute.
But anyway, all right. Anything else we want to say, since we have probably already talked for 2 hours on this particular episode?
And we still have one more episode to record tonight.
Yeah, we'll be fine though.
Yeah.
Get us some caffeine, probably a snack, and then
coffee.
Yeah, except I don't drink coffee. Oh my word. Well, you guys, if there were any other movies that y'all watched that you enjoyed, definitely let us know. We'd just love to hear from y'all what y'all's top 10 favorites were. Keep it nice. I know everybody wants to start arguing over stuff. Keep it nice, keep it friendly, sweet.
Keep it clean, keep it PG.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. If you made it all the way through this episode, congratulations, because it was a lot, but I think it was fun. I mean, when you consider the fact that most of our episodes are an hour, we're just talking about one movie. If this one was 2 hours and we mentioned however many movies, I think we did good.
Yeah.
I don't honestly know how long this episode was. I'll find out later, but anyway. All right. We love you guys. Thank you guys. And be sure to tune in tomorrow night for a recap of The Wedding Veil Unveiled, and we start getting into the winter movie season.
Yep. I was not able to be a part of that one, but I cannot wait to listen to it with you and Teresa.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
We missed you. All right.
Aww.
Bye guys.
Bye y'all.